When the much-anticipated Rockefeller Center Christmas tree arrived this year, it wasn't the only thing making a grand entrance. Inside that tight 75-foot bundle of heavy branches was this little wide-eyed resident who seemingly came along for the ride. After the owl was spotted holding on to a branch in the tree, one of the workers promptly got the owl to safety in a cardboard box. His wife then rang up Ellen Kalish at the Ravensbeard Wildlife Center.
I asked, "Where does your husband work?" And she said, "Well, he's setting up the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center," and found this owl. It had been tucked away in this tree.
Those good Samaritans quickly got the owl to Ellen, who was surprised by what she found.
I was thrilled that he was alert and looking up at me and not just a little heap in the bottom of the box.
Miraculously, X-rays found no broken bones, but it had been 3 days since the little owl had eaten. After some fluids and food, he's expected to make a full recovery. Ellen sharing the wild story on Facebook.
We had people calling and thanking me, and so grateful to hear some good news in these times. It just needed to be shared, and I'm grateful that I did it.
The owl is believed to be a northern saw-whet, one of the smallest of its kind in North America. Ellen hopes to release the little bird back into the wild this weekend, but not without a new name. Rockefeller, of course.
He was the little gift in the tree this year. Rockefeller just seemed to fit right.
A new beginning for a little fella, already on a wild and wonderful journey. Now, you're probably wondering why the owl wasn't found before the tree was wrapped up and made the trip here. We asked the folks at Rockefeller Center that. They told us that every branch is individually inspected before the tree is wrapped up, but sometimes birds do somehow make their way into the tree at other points during the journey. We should note, even though this is a tiny owl, it is not a baby. This is actually an adult owl. Back to you guys.
Okay. That owl picked the right tree. I'll tell you that,
so many owl questions while watching that.
Yes, you did. That's so cute.
I wonder, like, Baby Yoda's probably watching going, oh, man, I got some competition. That's a cute owl.
Carson,
that owl's adorable.
You kind of alluded to this, that others have been commenting on the tree itself.
Yeah, so yesterday there was a lot of social commentary online about the tree and how it's, it's looking a little scraggly.
Oh,
and that perhaps this would be, emblematic of the year 2020. Some people were tweeting, like somebody tweeted, I thought it was really funny, like in true 2020 form, the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree looks like it tried to cut its own hair. And like that, and there's been comparisons to the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. But I just want to take a second this morning and look at the tree. It made a long journey from upstate, and a spokesperson said, give it a second. It's got to settle in by December 2nd during the tree lighting. We expect a full recovery.
How do you look when you first roll out of bed?
Plus, it had its first Moderna shot yesterday.
Awesome.
All right.
We should get the owl for the tree lighting. Yeah. We should see if we can secure the owl.
We should adopt the owl. Today adopts an owl.
Tell you something. I'll tell you a couple of stories about fraud. The Bohemian Club, as you say, the Bohemian Club, that's where all those rich Republicans go up and stand naked against redwood trees, right? I've never been to the Bohemian Club, but you ought to go. It'd be good for you. Get some fresh air.
The basic layout of Washington, D.C. was designed by the French Freemason Pierre-Charles L'Enfant, who is a military engineer. He placed secret occult symbols all over Washington, D.C., and one of the most obvious symbols connects to the notorious Bohemian Grove. When looking down from above upon the United States Congress building and seeing the connecting roads and structures, one can easily notice the formation of an owl sitting on the top of a pyramid. This, of course, is no coincidence, and was purposely designed to show the occult imagery at the Capitol. Not only has this owl been constructed into the very layout of the capital of America, but has also been seen on every US dollar bill. The Mazda symbol can also be seen as the head of an owl with the brow ridge of the owl in the middle. The National Press Club logo also shows an owl in the front of the Capitol, and this is a nod to the secret society that many powerful members are involved in. Now, the next logical question is, what is the owl, symbolic of Bohemian Grove, doing on national currency and architecture? Bohemian Grove is a restricted 2,700-acre forest campground that is located at Monte Rio, Northern California. It is at this secluded location that the infamous Bohemian Club performed their secret society rituals. Since 1873, for 17 days every July, the top politicians, businessmen, bankers, celebrities, and even presidents have gathered at this hidden grove. These secretly held meetings can even gather up to 1,500 people ranging from various positions in power. Many US presidents have been members of this club, such as Presidents William Taft, Calvin Coolidge, Herbert Hoover, Dwight Eisenhower, Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, along with his son George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton. Bohemian Grove is widely known among the elite circle of power, and former President Richard Nixon even spoke of it, saying, "Bohemian Grove that I attend from time to time is the most faggy goddamn thing you could ever imagine." Many top officials, governors, mayors, FBI and CIA directors, and bankers have been involved in this secret club. Colin Powell, Pete Wilson, George Shultz, and Henry Kissinger. Many writers and people of creativity have been involved, including Mark Twain, Bret Hart, Will Rogers, Douglas Fairbanks, and Charlie Chaplin. To show the true power that attends these meetings, look no further than the royal bloodlines of the monarchies. In 1983, Queen Elizabeth showed up, and her presence was celebrated with a bizarre dance ceremony, and there were stage props set up as Babylonian ziggurats and Egyptian pyramids. This fits the scene perfectly, because if it's true that presidents, along with the Queen, descend from royal Egyptian bloodlines, then it only makes sense. Although the Queen showed up to the meeting, the Queen herself was not allowed to become an official member because she is a woman. This club is exclusively male, and no women have ever been allowed in, with the exception of the Queen of England. Bohemian Grove is not just known for its gatherings, meetings, lectures, and speeches, but is also and more prominently known for its rituals and sacrifices that are performed in front of a 40-foot-tall stone statue of a Babylonian owl god. Many dismissed the rumors as nothing more than hearsay and crazy talk. However, this all changed when, in 2000, Bohemian Grove was infiltrated by Alex Jones, who snuck in and filmed the whole thing on video. He had clear footage of the ritual called the Cremation of Care taking place, and he also had footage of figures dressed in bizarre clothing lighting fires to the sacred owl god of Bohemia.
Last question. I read a Washington Times article many years ago where you had a comment about the organization, and then now it's been in the Wall Street Journal, it's been in a lot of different newspapers, and that's the Bohemian Grove. And back in, 1996, when you joined as a Clinton advisor, the Republicans were criticizing you, oh, what about Bohemian Grove? And then you countered them by saying, hey, I don't run around in the woods naked. What did that mean? Here is the before-mentioned Washington Times article where he said, I didn't run around naked like they do.
I don't know what quote you're referring to. I'm not aware of any quote like that. Listen, I am a happy member of the Bohemian Grove. I like the folks who come there, and it's really inappropriate for me to talk about the group beyond that. Thank you.
Have you been there for the ceremony with the Cremation of Care?
Frankly, I don't think that's something I need to talk to you about.
Thank thee for thy adjuration.
Have you been there for the ceremony with the cremation of care?
Frankly, I don't think that's something I need to talk to you about.
Really?
That's right.
Well, I'm Alex Jones, and I snuck in there in 2000. I'm the guy that blew it wide open and got the video. It's been on national TV.
Well, I disrespect you for that.
You do?
I do.
But it's a lot of big public officials going in there. Don't we deserve to know?
You took I don't know anything about you, and I don't know anything about your film. But if you go in there with an understanding, you violated that understanding by releasing that film, and I don't respect you for that.
Really? But we have public officials.
I'm sorry. You took an understanding when you went in there that you would not do that film. And did you have an understanding when you went in there?
No.
Did you crash it?
Yes.
Yeah, and it has no trespassing signs there too, doesn't it?
No, they put them up after.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
just walked in.
I'm sorry, sir. I've been there before. I know what the circumstances are, and I'm sorry you violated the understandings. That was not a gentlemanly thing to do.
But what about the ritual? Is the ritual genuinely?
Sir, everything. I don't owe you this comment.
I know. I appreciate it.
This is what's called ambush journalism, and I disrespect you for that as well. So thank you and goodbye.
Been in the ritual?
It's none of your damn business.
Oh,
that's right.
The 40-foot tall stone statue of an owl being worshipped is not just any old owl. It is Moloch, the great owl god of Bohemia, and the Babylonian owl god. Moloch is the god associated with child sacrifice, and this relates to the flat-out evil rituals that take place. This owl is also involved with aspects of Baal or Nimrod. Many ancient societies ranging from the Canaanites, Hebrews, Carthaginians, Phoenicians, and Babylonians worshipped this deity, and it demanded the sacrifice of children. For thousands of years, there has been an elite group of people recorded in different cultures, performing rituals of child sacrifice. The rituals performed at the grove involve people clothed in red and white robes, chanting to the owl god Moloch. In Greek mythology, the owl of Athena is a small owl that accompanies Athena, the eye goddess. The Roman word for witch was the same word as the owl being worshipped. This owl has also been intertwined with Lilith, goddess of the moon, who also plays a witch-like role and could be representative of the feminine moon energy. The pagan New Year and the 13th month lunar cycle coincides with the last 2 weeks of July, where the rituals occur at the grove. The Gregorian calendar is flawed and simply calendrical time manipulation, and these powerful members are knowledgeable of this, and rather than celebrating on January 1st with everyone else, they gather and celebrate on July 25th at Bohemian Grove. July 25th was considered the day out of time, while July 26th was the official Lunar New Year, corresponding with the 13-month lunar calendar. Of course, 13 is a sacred occult number, and is esteemed by the secret societies for its significance. The rituals that take place at Bohemian Grove do not just involve sacrifice to an ancient Babylonian god, but also involve wild homosexual orgies. Male and female prostitutes engage in bizarre sexual games. It gets even darker where young children are exploited and treated in unimaginable ways, including sacrifice. Many whistleblowers, including Kathy O'Brien, a MK Ultra mind control victim, describe there being an altar where the human sacrifices occur before the giant owl statue. One thing that is found when looking at many of these secret societies is that they seem to have, in one way or another, a link to children and human sacrifice. There is this evil obsession with ritualistic sacrifice, and it appears to go all the way back to ancient times and drives deep into the core of these secret groups. The very fact that there have been many people of significant power, including presidents and the Queen of England, who attend the gatherings at this grove, shows what the rulers of our world are involved in.
Can I get a quick autograph here? What's this picture of?
I actually don't remember.
See you at the Bohemian Grove. Okay. You told me that I'm delusional.
You know, it's nice to know that there's some people who have fantasy lives that have nothing to touch with. Nice to have you here. Bye-bye.
So you were there. Can we talk to you about it, sir?
No questions at all? Comment on Obama's move on immigration.
Any questions, any answers on the Bohemian Grove? You never want to talk to me about it. I'm not going to stop asking the question.
Who do you think that might be a good person?
But it isn't. This is just not the randy part of town. But the upper class in San Francisco is that way. The Bohemian Grove that I attend, one time at a time, the Easters and the others that come there. But it is the most faggy goddamn thing you will ever imagine in San Francisco crowd because it's just terrible. I mean, I never want to shake hands with anybody in San Francisco.
I think all our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. But now I can put it into that sentence that I think we're being run by maniacs for maniacal ends, you know.
I would remind people that every single morning we all awaken to a safer, freer world because of George Bush. And Nicole, I would remind you and the people of Florence that all of us awaken every single day to a freer, safer world because of George Bush. They themselves awaken every single day to a freer, safer world because of George Bush.
Great owl of Bohemia, we thank thee for thy adjuration.